so glad you're here. You are in for such a treat today. You guys, I am so excited for this one. I had H.G. Tudor along with Stephanie and Nancy of the Sidley Twins, and we all sat down, the four of us sat down, and just really talked through what in the beige is going on. So as you know, Meghan consistently wears beige. I've pulled the last year's worth of pictures, the last 1 year worth of pictures, and found that every month, with the exception of, I think it was June, she took the month off after that disaster Nigeria trip. But other than that, she has been out and about, pictured in, say it with me, beige. So we're going to get into it. She's going to answer our questions around narcissists and narcissism and beige. And Stephanie and Nancy are going to give us their incredible insights into why they think Meghan can only seem to wear beige and what's going on there. And so we play a couple color games. We talk about beige and our hatred of the color, well, my hatred of the color, not so much theirs, and really get into an interesting conversation. This is a two-parter, so this is part one. I can't wait for you to see it, and then join me again for part two. Now let's take a listen to our not beige conversation all about the color beige. Again, a huge thank you to H.G. Tudor and a thank you to the Sidley Twins for sitting down and chatting all about beige. You guys, I am so excited. Today joining me, you can probably see my name here. I'm listed as Jenn Triplet / Voice Crush. So Triplet because I have my Sidley Twins with me. How are you guys?
We are good. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're wearing our best beige for you.
You're beautiful beige. I love it. Only you two could look gorgeous in beige. How's that even possible?
Oh, man.
And then we have my voice crush here with me. We have H.G. Tudor. How are you, H.G.?
I'm excellent. Well, Jen, thank you for inviting me to this triple decker of American enthusiasm. It's a pleasure to be here.
We're so glad to have you. I like the triple decker. That's nice. And I gotta compliment your beige background here. Very nice.
Yes, hand-picked only this morning because I was talking with my gay interior designer who suggested that that was most appropriate for the occasion. I understand it's something called Peruvian biscuit.
Oh, okay. Are you sure it's not Colombian biscuit?
I think a Colombian biscuit is something else altogether, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm going to get to it, but you said something that you've stolen my hank and skank, so I'm going to steal something from you. You said nose deep in Colombian culture.
Indeed. I'd like to issue a slight correction there. I didn't steal hank and skank. I know that you regularly refer to them as that, Jen, but I have called them that beforehand. My lawyer is sat next to me twitching as he heard you say that.
All right, fine. You can borrow it. How about that?
That's most kind of you. Thank you.
All right. So today we're going to be talking beige. And I say it like that because it is the most boring color. And I'm going to go ahead and preface this and say, if you like beige, you're not going to like me on this episode because I have a lot of opinions on beige. But I'm going to start this chat off with a fun game. And I'm going to start with you, Stephanie. Tell me your favorite color.
Purple.
Purple. I know that about you. Purple. So purple is the color of royalty, nobility, spirituality, luxury, ambition, mystery, fantasy, and moodiness.
Oh, that's true. I wore a purple dress to my prom. I was obsessed with purple when I was younger. I mean, I still am, but that's my thing.
Nice. Excellent choice. Okay, Nancy, your turn. What's your favorite color?
To wear or just
your
general?
Favorite color in general?
Oh, okay. Yellow.
Yellow. Okay, so yellow is bright, vibrant, youthful, energetic, sunshine, hope, intellect, and happiness. I would say all of those apply.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. So HG, before you say it, shall we take a guess what HG's favorite color is? What do you guys think? I have a guess.
Taupe, blue.
All right. So HG said in our conversation that he likes fire and he has fire in a lot of his intros. So I'm going to either go red or orange. Am I at all warm on this, HG?
You're completely cold.
Oh, no. All right. Spill, what's your favorite color?
Today, I would say azure.
Oh, okay. All right.
What is that? I'm sorry. Am I stupid?
Sky blue.
No,
It's what?
Sky blue.
Sky blue.
I said blue.
You did say
Okay.
blue. I did.
So blue is peace, tranquility, loyalty, security, trust, intelligence, cold, fear, and masculine.
Ooh.
Do you feel like that those apply?
Fairly apt, I think. Yeah, I'll go with that. Thank you.
All right. So mine
Yes.
is a royal blue. It's actually Oxford blue. So it's a shade darker than navy. And when I look that up, again, it's in the blue family, but it says it means that I appreciate order, honesty, loyalty, and it's described as elegant and alluring. How about them apples? Yeah.
I know you pretty well. I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm elegant and alluring. I like that. That's gonna be the
But
title
the
of my
loyalty
memoir.
thing, you're very loyal. You're a very good, loyal friend. So
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. But the reason I'm asking about colors is because it's fun to get to know those. I have such an interest. I mean, I've kind of fallen down a rabbit hole reading about color meanings and stuff. And I think it's fun to learn that stuff. And editing Jen here, I meant to say I want you to play along too. So leave me a comment with your favorite color. You can get as specific as you want about the shade and what it means to you. And if you feel like it suits your personality, I think this could be a fun game we play, and I'm dying to know all about these colors. But today we're going to be talking my least favorite color. And honestly, it's my least favorite color, and it has nothing to do with Meghan, and that is beige, although it has everything to do with Meghan. But the fact that it's my least favorite color, personally, I would describe it as boring, lifeless. It stimulates nothing. It's flat, uninspiring, and no personality.
ooh.
I would describe it as indecision as a color. Stephanie and Nancy, what do you think about the color beige? Even though you look beautiful in beige, tell me about beige.
I don't mind beige.
Okay.
Like, I don't hate it. I'm not like you that I hate it.
Okay.
I mean, I've had some beige couches in my life. As far as decor, I'm not, I like whites and light colors.
Uh-huh.
So I don't hate it.
Okay.
I hate it on Meghan. Does that count?
Yeah, no, that's totally valid. What about you, Nancy? Are you okay with the color?
I don't really hate to wear it. I mean,
Okay.
because I think we all have brown eyes and brown hair, and I want
you and I,
about
yeah.
Meghan with that Mediterranean thing going on, and I think that's why
Well, she is from Malta.
Exactly, and I think that's why I kind of gravitate towards beige a little more. I never wear like bright colors. Like you'll never see me wearing red. You'll never see me wearing yellow. You'll never see me.
So you don't hate it?
I don't hate it.
Okay.
I always think of Natasha from Sex and the City.
Yes.
Oh, I do too.
Oh, I have that quote. Remember, Big said beige is bullshit. Yeah.
Beige is bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, HG, your turn. Tell us your thoughts on beige.
Kill it with fire.
Yes, I knew I liked you. Tell us why.
Well, it's so useless, isn't it? It's
Yes.
wan. It inspires nothing. It's just there. It's the cousin of magnolia, which is spattered across so many buy-to-let properties that absolutely have no inviting features about them whatsoever. So when you look at beige, you just think you've got no ideas, you've got no inspiration, you haven't got anything that motivates anybody. It's a lazy choice as well. So you could go for any other color than beige.
Yes.
But yeah, beige, it really ought to be ignited.
I completely agree with you. It's just the epitome of blandness. It lacks personality and vibrancy. I have very strong opinions on this. I do. So starting with you, HG, I just have some questions for us all. I thought we could have a conversation about it. And starting with you, HG, as we know, well, first of all, let me start with your channel. First of all, you have 226,000 subs. You are killing it. I noticed you just did a video on the Memoirs coming. What are your thoughts? Do you think she has a memoir coming out?
Well, as I mentioned in the video, in part it might be utilized as future faking, that she holds this memoir as a sword of Damocles over people to say, aha, I'm going to dish the dirt about you. And it's very useful for a narcissist to keep doing that because it's a form of threat. And a mid-range narcissist such as this one's wife very much loves using threat. It's easy to use. You just say it. And then it allows you to get control over people. It prompts a reaction. So by making it known through leaked information that there is a memoir on the way, or by making mention of it herself, it's a very useful tool and an easy to use one for someone as lazy as her to keep saying, there's going to be a memoir coming, and utilize that to pursue the prime aims. The only thing that goes against that, and I made the point in the video that you've picked up on, is the fact that she could make quite a lot of money out of it, because I think actually quite a lot of people would want to know what nonsense she's going to spout in it. And therefore, not only will be the brain dead that will buy it who support her, but then also there'll be other people who want to have a look at it, because they'll basically want to know, what claptrap is this? What litany of lies is she launching? And therefore, as a somatic narcissist, her desire to make money may well just actually cause her to sit down and flap those fingers. So she actually does create a memoir. So I think what will happen is she will keep making mention of it as a threat, and that will serve a usefulness. And 2 or 3 years down the line, something will appear.
Okay. Nancy and Stephanie, you guys are at 69,000, and then it cut out. It said 100 and some odd subs as of the time of this recording. We're pushing to 70,000. Tell us what you're going to do at 70,000.
Oh, we're gonna play a drinking game because everyone's been asking us. They love the drinking games. It's called somewhere. Yeah, it's around. Oh. It's called Truth or Drink, and we're gonna play it with everybody in the chat. And you just basically either tell the truth or you drink. And it's not that complicated. I feel I'm extremely nervous right now, again, because HG is here. And his answers are so much more prolific than mine. I'm like, hey, we're playing a drinking game with some tequila.
What are you going to do?
You are perfect. Don't worry. I love the balance. It's perfect.
Yeah, there you go. But we're going to be playing that with all our friends on here. So people tend to like that.
Yeah, they do.
What are we drinking?
I'm going to be drinking Grey Goose vodka, and Nancy, I don't know, probably gin. She likes gin.
If it's shots, Patron.
Patron, okay, tequila.
Right. HG, what are you drinking?
Right now?
Well, in general, what's your drink?
In general, well, I would go down the vodka route also. I'm quite partial to Finlandia. I rather like that. So I enjoy vodka. I might join in with that. The game sounds rather fun. The ultra likes a good drink. Always drinking, never drunk is my motto.
There you go. That's perfect. I'm with you. I would always pick vodka. Mm-hmm. Some sort of.
Well, you are a drunken goose anyway.
That's true.
You've probably got through half a bottle already, haven't you?
Why do you think I'm a giggly mess? Is it your voice or is it my vodka? Yeah.
You sound like a schoolgirl in love. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? But I do that with you guys too. I just love talking to you, so I get to be a giggly mess with everybody. But no offense, HG, it's you. It's definitely you.
No, none taken.
Yeah. But okay, so again, very excited about getting you guys to 70,000. Now, I noticed you guys did one recently where you talk about Meghan Markle's friends. Are they in her imagination?
Yeah, we just
it just seems like she always has somebody coming out at the most inappropriate times defending her. And then we found some old footage of Misha Nunu and Janina Gavankar just not even getting asked the question, just telling the person who was interviewing them, oh, by the way,
she's really nice.
She's really nice. And she's like the kindest person I've ever met. Without even being asked.
Like it's the reporter asked her, like, how's the weather? And she's like, Meghan is like the nicest person.
She's the kindest person.
Meghan Markle's not a bully. It's like those people were going out of their way to make sure that we knew she wasn't a bully.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Just the old interviews of her friends just rubbed me the wrong way. And I hadn't seen them in years. Stephanie had never seen them. So we shared them with the audience and they had never seen them either because American audiences kind of saw it, but mostly like American audiences didn't pay attention back then.
We didn't care.
We didn't care back then when she was part of the royal family. So it's really interesting to see how many surrogates she had out there defending her.
Yeah.
Not even defending her, just
volunteering.
Volunteering
Yes,
information.
Jen,
That
yes,
was the word
that
I
was
was
the
looking
word.
for.
Yeah. No, I've always said the same people that have to tell you over and over, I'm nice. I'm not. You can just be nice without telling people. They'll figure it
Right.
out on their own. That's
Right.
that's a pretty big red flag. But going back to the color beige, so I just had some questions and I thought I'd throw one to you, HG. As we know, you're so interesting. I love your talks about narcissism and the psychological just factors behind it. I'm just completely, I said fascinated 100 times in your interview, but I'm captivated by it. So HG, my question to you is, what psychological factors drive a narcissist to choose beige as their go-to color for most outings, as we've seen Meghan do? Is there a specific need or desire, do you think, being fulfilled by this choice?
Well, if we focus on this one's wife, and remember, not all narcissists are the same. There are different versions whereby they will have certain similarities, but they'll also have noticeable differences. So with this one's wife, she's a mid-range by my classification, which essentially means she's passive-aggressive. She operates a facade. She wants everyone to think that she's kind and that everybody loves her and that she's agreeable, etc. Behind the scenes, we know that she is anything but pleasant and kind and empathic. And but by virtue of her being somatic, that means that the material and appearance is important to her. So then that begs the question, given that she's the type of narcissist that likes to present a particular facade, one of which is, I am a fashion icon, and that she is somatic, which means that she's driven by appearance, why on earth does she select beige? Because it's so nondescript. What's the driver behind that? Well, quite simply, there would probably be two aspects to this. The first and the most overriding aspect is this. She believes that she looks beautiful wearing beige. Her narcissism tells her when she pops on that sackcloth, you look $1 million. Mm-hmm. Every man will want to knock your hip out. The Sidley Twins will be foaming into their vodka and gin in the morning, wanting to dress like you. That drunken goose will be spinning on her head, wishing that she had your style and grace. Her narcissism will essentially be telling her, you look amazing. Because remember, she does not put on an unironed Jawa outfit and go, Christ almighty, I look a right state, don't I? But bugger it, I'll go out in it anyway. She thinks she looks really, really good. So she evidently thinks that beige really, really suits her. Hence, that's why she keeps wearing it. The second aspect could be this. We know that she's a petty-minded individual. And so we regularly see instances where she's criticized in the press and then there's a clap back 2 or 3 days later. And Nancy and Stephanie know better than anybody else as a consequence of the way that she turned the guns on the pair of them, as we've spoken about in the past around the First Lady of Nigeria incident. I started calling her the Duchess of Industrial Beige some time ago. And other people then have made reference to her wearing beige outfits, biscuit outfits, magnolia outfits, on and on. And there was the whole thing about within the royal family saying, oh, I had to wear beige, I wasn't allowed to wear colours. So part of it could be that almost toddler reaction of stamping her foot and saying, you call me the Duchess of Industrial Beige? Well, I'll wear beige then if that's what you think that I am. And by the way, I look effing good in it also. So I think that's what drives it. Because remember, she doesn't think that she looks crap in it. She thinks she looks good in it. And I think it's an act of defiance and petulance, driven by her narcissism, coupled with the idea that she honestly thinks she looks really good in beige.
Okay. I'm so stuck on this. I've pulled all these pictures and I found all these instances where in the last year, it's been every month with the exception of the month she took off after the disaster in Nigeria, she has popped up in beige. So that's interesting. That's an interesting theory that it's kind of a beige middle finger to the rest of us, along with thinking she's, of course, the greatest at everything. Yeah. I'm stuck on the idea that beige can sometimes be associated with conformity, and that is the antithesis of her. So I just find it conflicting with everything we know about
Well,
her.
remember, she's a narcissist, and therefore she is hypocritical and contrarian. So on the one hand, she wears a color that many people would say, well, that's a conformist color. It doesn't stand out. Well, in her world, it does. Oh, it stands out because I'm wearing it. Where you wear beige, Jen, she would say. With you, you're dull and plain. So it's understandable that you would look conformist. But for me, I am the most beautiful woman on the planet. So when I wear beige, I uplift the beige. I am beige plus. I am beige extra. So she never, ever associates words such as conformist, dull, plain are not recognized in this one's wife's lexicon.
Okay, I gotcha. I need you to take that back, HG.
I was just being this
I'm
one's
just
wife.
kidding.
It wasn't my observation. You do understand that.
Of course. So Nancy and Stephanie, so for you guys, I wonder, do you think that this is still tied to the royal family in some way? Is it being the opposite of Catherine and Her Majesty the Late Queen, do you think? Like where they're always in these beautiful colors?
I mean, HG makes a good point. I mean, if we were all saying it back then, and we were going, God, she really is just being monotone with her clothes. Maybe she is trolling all of us and going, okay, well, you're saying it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. You had a really good theory. This is more of a tinfoil hat theory, but you said cult leaders wear very neutral.
I always thought that because I love reading up on cults. That's my thing. And I always, Nexium and, Scientology, all that stuff. And even Son of God, that kind of stuff. But they all wore those monotone colors.
Oh, good
and
point.
it's almost like, is she doing that?
Yeah. Is she trying to be like a leader of something? And the leader always wears just plain monochromatic garb.
But also superheroes and villains do that where they wear one outfit the entire time. Like it's a cape of some sort.
Yeah.
Like maybe she's trying to be a villain
It made sense after the CBS Jane Pauley interview because even the outfit she wore then, it was mauve, but it was still a uniform that we've seen a million times
like
on her.
uniform.
A high-waisted pants and a blouse.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was beige. I didn't realize it was mauve.
It was mauve.
Well, I pulled it as beige. I saw it as beige.
Well, there might be some force in what you're saying there about her being a villain or a villainess. Maybe she's angling to get a contract with Marvel. And she is beige woman.
Yeah, exactly. Beige woman.
What would her villain power be, do you think?
Oh,
Talking you into a coma, I should imagine.
The claw.
The claw in beige. That's funny. Talking you into
The inability to iron an outfit. I don't know.
That would be her weapon.
Yes, exactly.
A steamer.
That would be her kryptonite, an iron.
Oh, yeah. That would be her downfall.
Yes.
A steamer and an iron. Yeah.
Okay, so HG, my next question would be, does wearing beige serve as a form of like self-presentation, do you think, for narcissists, like a way to project a certain image or maintain control over how she's perceived?
Well, I think that goes back to what I mentioned earlier, really, about how that she could be cocking a snook at everybody by saying, you all call me beige. And so guess what? I'm going to wear beige.
Okay.
So that would link into self-preservation because narcissism is, of course, a self-defense mechanism. And that she would be wanting to say, this is what I am. You've decided that I'm this. I'll just be what you say that I all am. And it's this petulant, sulky response. And of course, she lacks imagination. Don't lose sight of that. Some narcissists have brilliant imaginations. She doesn't. When I called her the Duchess industrial beige, it wasn't so much directed at what she was wearing. It's directed at what she is, because she is so boring. She's no sense of humor. She's no spark. She trots out the fridge magnet platitudes, as I regularly say. She'll send a glass eye to sleep. And therefore, she's beige in what she wears, but she's beige in behavior and outlook and personality. Mm-hmm. And so, because she has no imagination, there is this beige works for me. I look great in beige. I'll just wear beige. I'll just wear beige. I'll just wear beige. Because narcissists, where they find something which they believe that works for them, they will do it again and again and again. So you will see, for example, let's say a narcissist is seducing a lady, and he will find that taking her to a particular restaurant and buying her particular gift and saying particular lines works. And then the next girlfriend, and then the girlfriend after that, the three of them get together and they say, oh, when you were seeing Tony, where did he take you on your first date? Oh, he took me to Lorenzo's restaurant. Me too, me too. Oh, did he get you a gift? Yeah, he bought me this. Yeah, I got the same gift as well. Because certain narcissists are completely unimaginative, and the narcissism basically says, if this works, don't mess with it. So similarly for her, it is almost like a uniform choice of uniform, because her narcissism can't be bothered to find anything else because it thinks that works.
So you're so insightful on this stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. So my question,
you bring the glamour. I'll bring the insight into narcissism.
boring and beige, right? I don't own a single thing beige. I would burn my house down if I did. I hate beige.
Do you think maybe it's a form of not wanting to upstage herself? If she wears a bright color, then that color would be talked about more than her. Let's say,
interesting.
you know, like in her mind, she doesn't want to be upstaged by her kids, Harry, the royal family. She didn't want to be second to Princess Catherine. Maybe
her trips.
Maybe she's such a narcissist that color, she's afraid of color would upstage her.
I think there's force in that argument, because remember, although she's somatic and regards herself as beautiful, etc., she wants to be taken seriously as a thought leader, to use that awful phrase. And therefore, because she believes that she's a feminist, she, of course, is a contrarian. She trades on her looks regularly in the lashings of spicy poontang to win men over, etc. But what she wants to be taken seriously. So quite possibly it's a case of, I don't want you to see me as, in certain scenarios when she's doing the faux royal tours and she's doing her earnest standing on a stage and grabbing the microphone routine, she doesn't want you talking about the way that she looks. She wants you talking about what she's saying. So you may well be right there that there's a conscious decision to downplay what she's wearing to try and emphasize what she's saying, because she wants to be taken seriously in that regard. The problem is that if it does emphasize what she's saying, we all have a good laugh because she just trots out beige word salad instead.
I mean, that's the problem. Yeah.
She dresses like her personality. I totally agree.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
She really does have nothing to say. I mean, just
a lot of nothing to say.
Oh man.
Yes. I totally agree. So my question to the group is, do you all feel like, I just get this sense that sometimes the beige also helps her appear more ethnically ambiguous. Do you feel like that plays a part? I know we got to tread lightly, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, where she's from Malta, she's from Colombia, she's from Nigeria. Sometimes the beige and the bronzer go hand in hand, I noticed. So I just wonder if it's anything to do with that, to maybe appear more tan or ethnically ambiguous.
Well, like I said, it's, you know, I tend to go for like what I wear a lot of black, and I wear a lot of just kind of monotones as well. But that just happened. That's just because I'm not a spring. I'm an autumn.
Sure.
And in my head, I just don't look good with bright colors on me. And so,
well, you're wrong, but okay.
No. But my mom's 100% Sicilian. Our dad is Irish and Jewish. So, I mean, it could be that. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think she's thinking that hard. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think Meghan's thinking that hard. I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with her ethnicity. And it's like, I don't think she's thinking about that.
Yeah. I don't think she's that smart.
She likes to play up the tan, the bronzer. So I thought maybe a beige would do that.
It does bring out a tan more. I know that. Yeah. Like, you know, as someone who tans, you know, sunscreen is for suckers, I always say. But, you know, and all joking aside, as someone who tans,
nobody listened to that.
Nobody listened to what she just but like said. When I'm on vacation, I wear mostly like, it's a joke. It's a joke. On vacation, I mostly wear like white because I like to bring out my tan.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
It's a hard question, Jen.
Sorry, HG. What are your thoughts on this? Does the cheese stand alone here? I thought I was onto something.
I don't see that it does. I think that there are more commanding reasons as to why she wears beige, as I mentioned earlier on, than necessarily being linked to ethnicity. And if she's going to play that one, as you've identified, it's about slapping on the bronzer and most likely wearing white. Because as Nancy's just mentioned, you want to show off your tan when you're on holiday, you wear white, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know because I never I'm incapable of tan. That's funny. Okay, so then HG, my next question for you is, how might a narcissist's preference for beige relate to their underlying need for validation and attention? Like, do you think it's a calculated, everything's calculated. Do you think it's a calculated choice to play a role in drawing or deflecting attention?
Well, she's designed to want attention. So she knows that she enjoys attention, but she doesn't fully understand why she needs that attention. Attention to the narcissist is what I call fuel. So when you ask me a question, you're giving me fuel because you're directing yourself to me. When I'm talking and Nancy and Stephanie, they're listening intently and nodding, they're giving me fuel because they're reacting to what I'm saying. So that's the lifeblood of the narcissist. So this one's wife needs that fuel. She craves it. It's a drug for her, but she doesn't realize she has this nagging itch. This is why she can never be content. So in the way that, for instance, you might go on holiday and be lying on a sun lounger and sipping your pina colada and enjoying the sunshine on your skin, she can't do that for long because her narcissism is saying, make something happen, get some attention. Although she's not thinking that, that's what's going on underneath the surface. So all of a sudden, she'll demand something of Harry to make him react, or she'll drop to the floor sobbing in order to cause somebody to react to her. So her narcissism is geared automatically to seek attention, and naturally the way that she dresses is designed to draw attention. So it therefore follows what she chooses to wear is done in order to draw a reaction from people. Many people, when they wear something, they wear it because they feel comfortable in it. They think it makes me look handsome or beautiful, or it might be because it's practical to wear it. Generally, people wear that because it makes them feel better about themselves. And if somebody compliments them, everybody likes to be complimented. Even non-narcissists do, of course they do. But for the narcissist, prompting that reaction, that fuel by the way that she dresses, is axiomatic to her existence. So accordingly, it's necessary for her to dress in a particular way. And again, choosing beige may well be part of that to prompt a response. The fact that we keep commenting about it by saying, oh, she's wearing beige again. There you go. She's got the reaction that she craves. The problem that she has, and this is often where her narcissism lets her down, is she gets the reaction, but not the one that she wants. She wants people going, oh, this one's wife, you wear beige. You look beautiful. Beige is very much your color. No wonder you wear it so often. You look so beautiful in it. Whereas most people are saying, goodness me, look at that. What a mess. Crinkled, unironed, beige again, boring. And that's what's called challenge fuel. So she gets the reaction, which is good, but because there's a criticism wrapped up in it, that's not good for her. And therefore she has to address that threat to control by saying to Harry, Harry, they're being mean about me again in what I wear. They're so horrible. And Harry, of course, is going, oh, sorry, my darling, my little Westphalian pumpernickel, you look so beautiful. The fact that we keep commenting about it by saying, oh, she's wearing beige again. There you go. She's got the reaction that she craves. The problem that she has, and this is often where her narcissism lets her down, is she gets the reaction, but not the one that she wants. She wants people going, oh, this one's wife, you wear beige. You look beautiful. Beige is very much your color. No wonder you wear it so often. You look so beautiful in it. Whereas most people are saying, goodness me, look at that. What a mess. Crinkled, unironed, beige again, boring. And that's what's called challenge fuel. So she gets the reaction, which is good, but because there's a criticism wrapped up in it, that's not good for her. And therefore she has to address that threat to control by saying to Harry, Harry, they're being mean about me again in what I wear. They're so horrible. And Harry, of course, is going, oh, sorry, my darling, my little Westphalian pumpernickel, you look so beautiful.
Is that how you hear all Americans speak, by the way?
No, not at all. I just do it. I know it sounds nothing like her, but I like to do it because I think it encapsulates her personality more as this sort of harpy that whines and has the vocal fry, etc.
Yes. No, I think you're right. I always give her a breathy, look at me voice because I feel like that's probably how
Sorry to cut across you, Jen. I think she changed her voice again in that CBS interview. Do you?
Ooh, talk to me. You're all nodding. Did I miss something? Tell me how you think. All of you, chime in. How did she change her voice?
I'll let the ladies go first.
Oh, jeez, the gentleman. I always thought she had that breathy Marilyn Monroe voice. But she did. It changed her. What is it called? The cadence of her voice changed a little bit, and it was jarring because when we first heard it, Nancy said it first. She goes, "She sounds like a different person."
Yeah. When Jane Pauley asked her the question about, wanting to off herself, and she goes, "I didn't think you would ask it, but yeah, she sounded a little more pressed." But
okay,
yeah,
I did notice that, but I just thought she wasn't prepared. Although on second thought, I don't think there's a single question she wasn't prepared for. I think she was pretending to be not prepared. Maybe.
I think she's been sounding like this since Nigeria, though. Did you when she grabbed the microphone and said, "I wasn't planning on speaking," but she goes, "I think it would be appropriate."
Yeah,
since it's Mother's Day.
Definitely a change.
There's just something different.
Yeah,
I think she's gone slightly down the Margaret Thatcher route.
Oh.
You may or may not, obviously you know who Margaret Thatcher was.
Yes.
When she first started speaking, she had quite a shrill voice, and she had a voice trainer to lower it and talk in these much lower, slower tones so that people would listen. We are not amused. And so I think that she's trying to sound more authoritative and that she's trying to get away from the breathiness that she's exhibited before, again, in an attempt to be taken more seriously. Now, some people do, of course, change the way that they speak. Most people do. They'll have a conversational style. They'll have a public address style. They'll have an in private style. Whereas with her, there is a noticeable difference. And I agree. I think this first started to manifest in Nigeria. And I think that she's doing this in an attempt to be taken more seriously, to sound more authoritative. And I think it's one of her usual clapbacks against the criticism of the way that she speaks.
Okay. Wow.
I think a divorce is coming. That's why she's doing it. I really do.
Ooh, talk to me about that. Like to attract a man.
I feel like she is trying to be more authoritative with her voice and the way she is in general. I think she's trying to kind of move away from Harry. I know this Columbia trip does the opposite, but I just have this feeling that it's coming and it's around the bend. I mean, the way she treated him during the ESPY Awards, that was crazy. It's just like, I mean, whoever's coaching her, I don't think she's doing this on her own. No. I don't think she's waking up and going, I need to have more,
she
volume in my voice.
Because I mean,
I don't think she listened to anybody.
Sorry, Jen, what?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. No, I just don't think she'd listen to a coach if she had one.
Well, see, I don't think she has a coach. I think she is just imitation, trying to imitate someone. I really do.
Elizabeth Holmes popped into my head when you guys said she changed her cadence.
That's who I was thinking of too.
One drop. I can't do that voice.
That was the first person I thought of.
My voice is too high pitch. HG, you have a deep voice. Say just one drop.
Well, actually, as you know, this one's wife telephoned me, and of course, and one of the things that I didn't include in the video was that she said, "Could you give me some vocal coaching because you've got the baritone voice?"
Well, HG, can you give us all some vocal coaching real quick? Tell us something. How do we talk in a lower register?
Well, part of when you're engaged in public speaking is naturally to speak slower. Not so slow as people think that you're having a stroke, but that when people are nervous, as they often are when they're engaged in public speaking, they naturally speed up. So the first thing to do is to speak slower and to ensure that what you're saying is being elucidated in a way that people are able to hear what you're saying. Now, I have a naturally deep voice. You won't, as you say, you're not Elizabeth Holmes. But the key to it is it's not so much about whether you've got a deep voice or not. It's about delivery. And so it's to be measured and in a way where you control the pace of what you're saying and pausing for emphasis. Now, if you have regard to any public speaker that does a lot of it, you'll notice that they particularly speak in short phrases and there'll be a pause. Barack Obama is a very good example of this. He'll say something and there'll be a pause. And it's not that he's necessarily waiting for applause at that point. He's wanting it to sink in. And it gives him time to think as well about what he's going to say next. So rather than going at 100 miles an hour and your words spilling over one another, the key thing really, a starting point, is to slow down what you're saying and to make sure what you're saying is being said clearly. And you're less likely then to trip over words. You're less likely to get them muddled up. So that's a basic coaching tip that I'd offer.
That's
a basic Beige coaching tip.
I was going for the slower pass. I talked too fast. That is an insightful response.
There you are. You've already taken it on board and mastered it.
That's right.
Stephanie and I, unfortunately, are never going to be able to shake our West Coast accent.
It's not about losing the accent. You should keep your accent.
Yeah.
Your accent is who you are. And some people, you're always going to find somebody who might not like your accent. There are some people who don't like my voice. There are some people
they're wrong.
Who call me creepy. I mean, they're no longer with us as a consequence of having said that. But there's always going to be someone that won't like your voice. So fuck them. It doesn't matter. Your accent,
not literally, Stephanie.
so your accent is part of who you are, and that's important. So keep your accent. What you have to focus on is clarity of what you're saying.
Okay. I hope Megan's listening.
I'm sure she is.
I hope she is.
I'm sure she is. All right. Very insightful. Thank you, HG, for that. Bringing it back to Beige, all three of you have been around many high-profile people and celebrities. Talk to me. Have you ever seen patterns like this before? Have you ever... I mean, of course, we find something that looks good on us. We want to repeat it, but this constant beige thing, have you seen anything like that?
Not the beige, but like, I'm not going to say who he is, but my boyfriend does it. He wears the same clothes mostly.
The Rock.
What?
The Rock. Yeah.
The Rock. All right, go ahead.
I mean, he's been
famous.
He's been famous since the 90s, so he's a little older than me, but he tends to wear the same clothes, same types of clothes all the time. And I asked him once why he did it, and he said, because it doesn't age me. People see me wearing something that I had on 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I still look like the same person. I still, people run into me at the, and it is true. So
you not look a little bit silly in shorts and a Mickey Mouse hat, though.
But yeah, it's like a uniform. I mean, when he does his stage shows, he even wears the same. He's been wearing the same shirt for, I want to say, 20 years.
I mean, yeah. I mean, as far as celebrities go, Jen, I mean, I think that is true. I mean, I could say I'm a close family friend of Dionne Warwick's, and Dionne wears the same stuff on stage all the time. I remember
she's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Yeah. I remember she came to Portland once, and her and I went shopping at Saks, and she wanted to get this new outfit for the next night. We were going to this charity thing, and she ended up wearing an outfit that she always wears, though. She ended up leaving the outfit that we just bought in the hotel room, and she ended up wearing what she always wears.
And I even know the dress you're talking about. She wears it
the
all
purple
the time.
one. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's like, I don't know. Maybe it is like Nancy's boyfriend. Maybe it is a type of thing where it doesn't age you.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
All right.
I've never. But is that even answering your question? I've never been around Meghan people.
I've never seen.
Well, actually, no, I have.
I've never seen the Beige.
I've never seen the Beige.
I have. Jada Pinkett Smith.
Did she wear beige quite a bit?
She wore beige all the time. She used to wear the same outfit all the time. And she, to me, and this is my opinion, is a narcissist. Just because I know her and I've hung out with her and the way she used to talk to me and the way she used to talk about her husband. Does that answer your question? I mean, I don't know.
Yes, yeah.
Without divulging too much.
No, I've shared the same opinion. I believe her to be a narcissist. I'm not diagnosing, but I believe her to be a narcissist.
That's my opinion. Yeah,
that's an interesting point. So you've seen quite a bit of beige though with her.
A lot,
white and beige,
monotone colors. Never like a crazy hairstyle. Just the same uniform, and treating her, in my opinion, her husband badly in front of people. That's just my opinion. She wasn't very nice to me either. So, or my boyfriend.
HG, I am going to move on to you, but before I do, Nancy, tell me about your boyfriend's stage show. Is it Magic Mike? No.
Yeah.
Oh God!
I need to bring dollar bills.
You would not want to see that version.
Magic. I'll bring a whole bunch of ones, and we'll come hang out. Yeah. Emphasis on hanging out. HG, your turn. Talk to me. You've been around famous people since people think you're advising the royal family, but have you seen any patterns like this before?
Oh, just picking up on what Stephanie was saying about Jada Pinkett Smith. Yes, she is a narcissist. And I've undertaken a multi-part series explaining why she is in comprehensive detail. So let's just tick that box there. When it comes to a pattern of wearing certain outfits, of course, there are, amongst famous people, it's often very much part of their identity. Think, for example, Elton John and his outlandish stage outfits. That's what people know him for. Yeah. There's an interior designer in the United Kingdom called Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen, he wears these sort of dandy outfits, which are part of creating an image in the mind of the viewer that's associated with him. And it happens repeatedly with these patterns. Think about dress down days at investment banks. All the men come in wearing chinos and Ralph Lauren shirts, don't they? They all end up wearing the same type of thing. So you do see these patterns of behavior. And I think it comes back to, for some, it's about they believe that they look good wearing that. It works for them, so don't mess with it. As Nancy was saying about her boyfriend, he says it doesn't age him. So there's a concrete reason for dressing in that way. So you will see that people will engage in a pattern of behavior in relation to what they wear. The question becomes, what is the driver behind it? And of course, as a narcissist, this one's wife's driver is different to that of other people who are not narcissists, different to that, for instance, of Nancy's boyfriend, different to some of the people that will be wearing the herd mentality clothing at a dress down day. But yeah, you do see amongst famous people, they adopt a pattern of certain dress. It might be because they think they look really good wearing that way. Often it's about drawing attention to themselves. Part of it's about a brand and an image. With Jada Pinkett Smith, with Stephanie's talking about how she wears beige, I think she was doing that as part of trying to accentuate, because she believes she looks so naturally beautiful with, not much hair and not much makeup, etc. So I think she does that to try and draw attention to her natural features. Part of her narcissism, which is, look at me, I'm beautiful. You don't need to look at what I'm wearing.
Okay. Well, that kind of leads into my next question for you, HG, which is, do you feel like it's a way to masking in narcissism, like where the narcissist presents this facade to the world, do you think?
Well, she doesn't mask her narcissism because she doesn't know that she's a narcissist. So she doesn't consciously take any steps to think, right, I've got to hide these particular behaviors. Her narcissism does it on her behalf, like a background app that's always running. So I don't think that it's necessary. It's not done to mask particular behaviors. In some instances, people adopt wearing particular clothing because it's like a suit of armor for them. So for instance, think of, in the United Kingdom, a barrister. He wears a gown, tab and a wig. Not as much as they used to. That's in a way his form of armor. I put this on, I'm now in barrister mode. So I'm now going to be an advocate in court. So I think with this one's wife, it really does go back to what purpose does it serve vis-a-vis her narcissism?
I gotcha. And then for Nancy and Stephanie, so I have people in my comments, and I hate to bring this around to the Kardashians, but in my comments, they constantly say they believe it's somehow related to the Kardashians. I really don't know much about them, but from what they've explained to me is that Kim's house, I guess, was done completely in beige.
Yeah.
And then she
Kim?
went through a period of beige clothes. I mean, I'm asking you guys because I'm guessing HG probably doesn't keep up with them, and I don't either. Tell me about that.
It started with Kanye. He put out his Yeezy line with Adidas, and it was just all beige.
All beige.
I think it was season 2.
Yeah.
And she started wearing all the clothes because their promotional campaign for that was her taking photos from Backgrid and them getting published in the magazines. And that's
familiar.
when her beige era started, and her whole house is beige. The furniture, everything.
Are the comments asking if Meghan's copying Kim?
Yes, if it's somehow
I don't
related
think
to
so.
that. You don't think so?
I think that's just I think beige is beige. You know, it's like it's very easy. It's a very easy color. It's I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it might be for non-intelligent people. Who knows? You know, it might be.
Sure. I just wonder. I thought it was an interesting point. Again, I just didn't realize about the beige with them, and I thought, well, maybe that is the low-hanging fruit. Like, okay, somebody very successful, you know, like regardless what you think, she's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Somebody successful is just wearing beige. Well, then I'm going to wear beige. HG, do you have any thought? I know Kardashians, all that, but do you have any thoughts on that? Like, would it be do you see Meghan as somebody that would try to copy something like that? Or was her narcissism just be like, I don't need to copy anybody?
Well, the starting point is that narcissists regularly copy, regularly mimic.
Oh, okay.
That's the nature of the beast, because many of them, because they have no sense of self, the narcissist is created from bits and pieces off everybody else. This is called character trait acquisition. So the narcissist subconsciously builds a construct of what the outside world sees, and it borrows fragments and shards and pieces of other people. So narcissists routinely copy. So we've seen this, of course, repeatedly with this one's wife. How many times has she plagiarized speeches where she's taken what people have said and then passed it off as something that she's said? We've seen it in the way that she dresses with her Diana duplication, with the cosplaying that she does in that regard. So as a starting point, there is a prima facie argument to suggest that, yes, she would copy somebody. However, with the Kardashians, she would regard herself as superior to them. Even though they're wealthier than her, she would basically see them, because don't forget, she's a duchess, don't you know? And she would see them as beneath her. And she would just see them basically as reality TV stars. That wouldn't stop her cozying up to them if she were to meet them, because of course she's a hypocrite. But she would have an innate view that she's superior to them, and therefore I don't think her narcissism would lead her to copy what they're doing. It does lead her to copy others. I think her narcissism, because she's aspirational in that respect, she believes that she's more on the lines of great political women and philanthropic women throughout history, and that type of individual, and your more elegant superstar, not some trashy, large-breasted, big-bottomed reality star that's crashed her way into billionaire status. She would regard that as beneath her.
That goes okay. So I read that book about the Beckhams, and that goes exactly with what Tom Bauer had said. The same is that she wanted to make sure that Victoria knew that Meghan felt like she was beneath her, so that would play into that. I totally agree. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up, but I want to know from each of you, what is your beige flag? And in case somebody listening doesn't know what a beige flag is, it's a slang in a relationship term. It's an odd or quirky characteristic, but not one that's inherently good or bad. So what would be a beige flag? Do you have any, starting with you, Nancy?
Oh, gosh.
I know, sorry. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I can start. Somebody that wears beige.
Why don't you, Jen? You go first. Well,
right. Somebody that wears beige. I could not hang out with somebody that constantly wears beige. That's my beige flag.
Oh, okay. This might be weird. I guess it's quirky. I don't like that. You know, like that tiny tile.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's your relationship.
I'm with
beige
you.
Does it have to be
flag?
a relationship?
Yeah, that's what she's
I thought she
asking.
said anything like
No.
weird or
Anything.
quirky
I'm sorry. I was
about you.
reading the definition. It said
Oh,
relationship.
okay.
It could be any kind of beige flag. I
Okay,
don't care.
I
I
don't mind,
agree
like,
with you.
my-
I hate small
Like when I
tile.
go to hotels,
Yeah.
I don't like putting if the bathroom has that tiny tile, I can't put my feet on that tiny tile. I can do it on marble, but not tiny tile. I freak out. And then I swear, that's the only thing that came to my.
I know.
That is a great one. I can totally understand that.
It's insane. I know, it's crazy.
No, it's not. I totally get it. I
It's
get
good
it.
though.
It's more space for grout, and grout can get gross.
It
and
freaks
I
me out every
totally
time.
get it. I can
have
relate
to
so
check.
much.
I have to check the hotel before I go.
Okay. So before The Rock takes you away for a romantic weekend, you make him check. All right, Stephanie, go for it. Tell me any beige flag. I know.
I don't like bad breath.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm with you. I'll carry
That's
mints anytime
that's
we
a
hang
red,
out.
not a red flag, but that's just a big fat no to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. God, Jen. It's
No,
hard.
that's good. It's good. HG, your turn. Tell us your beige flag.
I wasn't aware there was such a thing as a beige flag until a few moments ago. So
Oh, yeah.
I come away enlightened.
Uh-huh.
I would say somebody who doesn't like cheese.
Ooh, that's a good one. Who doesn't
That's a
like
good one.
cheese? I don't want to be friends with them. Do you have a favorite cheese?
Do I have a favorite cheese? I like cheese that makes your teeth tingle. So strong, mature cheeses. Not particularly bothered about the runny ones. Although soft ones are okay. I like blue cheeses, a Danish blue that's rather nice.
Uh-huh.
I'm particularly fond of strong cheddars.
All right. They make your teeth. What did you say? Make your teeth rattle?
No, not rattle. Make you sound like a drug addict.
No.
Tingle.
Oh, I missed it. I didn't understand.
Tingle.
A tingle. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, good cheese can rattle teeth, right? Maybe.
That's good sex.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm sorry. I was confused.
The bed rattles.
It's better in your teeth.
That might be a beige flag, right? If it doesn't rattle. But as we wrap this up, Nancy and Stephanie, I'm going to pop up on screen. You had two charities that we wanted to call attention to that I thought were such great causes. Talk to me about them, starting with Rough Start.
Oh, the Virgin Islands are getting hit with really bad weather, so we just have this charity.
Yeah,
Nancy
one
talked
is Rough Start, and they search for homeless dogs and dogs in need of veterinary care, and they just take them off the streets and find fosters and hopefully forever homes, but mostly just going around and looking for animals that need help.
Strays.
Yeah, definite strays. And the other one is St. Croix Animal Wellness Center. And they pretty much do the exact same thing. They get them veterinary care. They've actually been around since 1973, but mostly going after the homeless dogs that need our help. You know, a lot of the homeless dogs are either pregnant or they have puppies, and the puppies just live on the streets. So during this time with all the nasty weather going on, we really want to highlight the two little smaller shelters on the island.
Those are great causes, and we will definitely check them out. That one's St. Croix Animal Welfare Center. Okay, I'll flash them both on screen so people can see them. And tell us how we can help your channel. We're getting you guys to 70,000.
Yeah, God, I know, it's crazy. It's only been like a year and a half, and we want to thank everybody out there for subscribing. It's pretty amazing, and we're just trying. You know, main thing is we're trying to get the word out on elder abuse and how we need to recognize what elder abuse is and what they did, and also animal charity. So everybody, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And then is there a video that you want to promote, something we can watch to go help you? This will come out a little later this week.
Okay, well then all week we're going to be covering Colombia. Colombia. I was told I say it wrong.
Cartagena.
Yeah. Colombia. Yeah.
Is it? Wait, say that again. I thought
they're going to Cartagena.
No,
Colombia.
We have something in Oregon called Columbia Sportswear.
Yeah.
So that's why I say Colombia, but it's Colombia.
Oh, it's Colombia.
Colombia.
Okay,
Covering
I've
that,
been saying it
Jen.
wrong too.
Well, you all have to, don't you have to do your videos in the style of Sofia Vergara?
Oh, I wish.
Oh man, she's
If we
pretty.
get some of her curves, and we'll get right on that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and then HG, your turn. Tell us how we can help you. Tell us what you're working on. Tell us everything.
Well, you can help me by ensuring that people understand that if they want to understand why this one's wife behaves as she does, and for instance, as we touched on Jada Pinkett Smith, and many people in the world, come and have a little look over at my channel, and it'll unlock many mysteries of the world as to why people behave the way that they do. So, for instance, as the twins have just spoken about elder abuse, many instances of that is as a consequence of the behavior of a narcissist towards an elderly person. Not always, but often is the case, because narcissists lack emotional empathy. Those that animals and don't look after them can often be found to be narcissists. Not all narcissists do. Some narcissists actually treat animals very well. But the point is that many of the behaviors of human beings the explanation can often be found in relation to narcissism. So that's why I encourage so many people to try and understand it. What am I working on at the moment? Well, other than naturally also covering the adventures of Hank and Skank, trademark Jen.
Thank you for that.
In Colombia. I'm also have a series which is about somatic narcissists, which is what this one's wife is, because it's the sort of holiday season. And yesterday I did one which was called The Somatic Narcissist Goes to the Airport. So it tells you how a narcissist of a particular type behaves at the airport. It's quite amusing as well. So there's going to be ones, for instance, how they behave in the swimming pool, and how they behave at the gym, and how they behave at the hotel, and so forth. So people will not only find that entertaining, but they also find it educational. So I'd encourage them to look out for that as well.
Oh, I'm so excited to watch. Thank you for that. And I do have a last request from you. Well, for now, because I'm going to be bugging you in the future. But when you came on my show before, you showed us your honker. And a lot of people said, we need a more sultry honk from you. Can we have another go at a honk honk? Last time you did a perfect impression of a drunken goose. Can we have a sultry honk honk?
A sultry honk honk?
Yes.
Honestly, I feel like I'm just being treated like a machine here.
You know what? There are three of us and one of you. Good luck, mister.
Okay, let's see what we can muster up. Honk, honk.
There you go. That's excellent. All right, twins, I'm going to put you on the spot. Can I have your sultriest honk honk?
Jeez.
I know. I'm so sorry, but you got this.
Honk honk.
Woo! I love it. Woo!
I don't know. I got nothing. I'm in a beige top. I got nothing.
Say that again, HG. What did you say?
That put me in mind of the twins out of The Shining. I thought you were going to say, come play with us.
Yes!
Oh, that would have been better.
Yeah, let's freak the audience out.
That's my goal. Thank you all so much for being here in this anything but beige conversation. I appreciate you all so much. Can't wait to watch all of your videos. And of course, we HG sat down with the Sidley Twins on his channel, and then he sat down with me. So go watch his stuff over there, our interviews with him. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what comes out of the shit show Colombia trip. So we'll all be talking about it. We'll get back together and make fun of that very soon.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you guys so much. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye. A huge thank you to the Sidley Twins and to HG Tudor for sitting down and having this lovely, not beige, chat about beige. Make sure you're subscribed to the Sidley Twins. We're trying to get them to 70,000. Make sure you're subscribed to HG Tudor. I mean, come on, that voice, right? Thank you guys for always sticking with me, for being so lovely. I'm dying to read your comments about this chat. What did you think about those very seductive honks? What do we think? Guys, I appreciate you so much. I really do. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I do, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Take care. Have the best day. Honk, honk. Should I do it seductively too? Honk, honk, everybody. Honk, honk. Bye.